The trailer for the Ark of Survival, a game that's in the works, just dropped. And the developers reached out to me and said, hey, Chisgule, we'd love to sponsor a video on your channel. Want to check out our game? And I said, heck yeah, let's freaking go. So we're going to watch this trailer from start to finish. I'm going to give my commentary a little bit as we go. And then I'm going to break down everything we see in the trailer and talk about it way more in depth, because I'm sure that there's a ton of stuff where we can read between the lines and see exactly what kind of game this is. So let's watch the trailer. You hear what I hear? That's gotta be zombies. Oh yeah, those are zombies. 100%. Okay, we got a zombie game here, folks. Zombie survival game. Downtown Wellmore. And classic situation. Zombies beating down your fence. Can't say I've exactly been in that situation before, but you know, this is what zombies do, right? Okay, Ark of Survival. Digging the music. Oh. Okay, exploring, collecting. My name's Eileen. I'm the navigator, and this is my ride. Didn't see what the ride was, but we'll figure it out. Hack and slash. Love to see it. You know, played a lot of Diablo in my day, so I'm no stranger to the hack and slash. Guns. That's an AK-3000. Yup. Okay. That's a boss fight. Has to be a boss fight. The Wendigo. Let's go. Okay. No crazy boss mechanics that I've seen yet. Just a bigger zombie. But we take those fights. And... oh, is that her ride? Okay. Okay, guess that's what we were collecting those parts for. Big bada boom. Let's go. Yeah. Oh, that's totally her ride. Oh, and she said, let's go. All right. Wow. Yeah, we're gonna play that in slow motion and break it down. Huge zombie battles. Okay, and looks like you're controlling a bunch of units? Multiplayer game? Ark of Survival. Welcome to the Wasteland. Fight, survive, and craft. Wow. Okay, let's break this thing down and run back what we saw there, because there was a ton to take in. So first of all, when she said, all right, here's my ride, I couldn't figure out what the heck she was talking about. I didn't see a car or anything. But then you see that hunkin' bad boy back there. Now we know what that thing is capable of. And it looks like the survival aspect of this game. You're top down. You've got a bunch of different abilities, which are kind of right behind me here that you would select to use. Also, it looks like he's got an axe equipped. You can see that right behind me over here as kind of his main weapon. And there are some different characters that you can see kind of in the upper left of the screen there that perhaps you toggle between when you're playing your way through this game. Also, presumably that's the backpack on the left-hand side, down where the thumbstick is to control your character, that circular area. You can get a sense that this is going to be an exploration game because, like, obviously the items you're going to interact with here are highlighted in white. And as you walk up to them, like, you can pick those up. And presumably you're gathering a bunch of these supplies. In fact, this looks like it's the starting area that you see in the beginning with the fence. Yeah. That's the starting area with the fence. We're just seeing just north of it, and he runs into this room. More zombies everywhere. Okay, cool. In fact, here's that boss area where the Wendigo was, and it looks like there's some rare crystal here that might be the reason all your neighbors get infected and become zombies. So that's a piece of the story that I'm definitely eager to see how that sort of unfolds. This must be after the point where he's picked up the gun, because now he's got that gun icon here, so presumably... he's got the 27 out of 30 bullets at that moment. So although they've cut between a number of scenes here, we actually have seen a large amount of the map. And if you can start to put this into your mind in the same way that I am, right? We've got this area where all the zombies enter in. We've got this little building that we kind of walked through earlier, picked up some stuff, came out the other side, found a bunch of zombies, walked our way over to our ride, which then if you walk back a little bit, or maybe it's a little further, you find the Wendigo boss, and then obviously, like, lots of hack and slash here. This diner's pretty wrecked. I mean, they said post-apocalyptic world, which is what they mean. And then this collection must be getting the metal parts, the plastic, the glass, the things you ultimately need to reassemble that crazy vehicle that she's got. Also, I don't know if this is another player playing as the second character, or maybe if she's just operated as kind of like an NPC by her side. But it looks like they are both fighting the boss there. And then when they beat the boss, and even as they fight the little minis on the way there, they're getting a bunch of different items that ultimately they probably use to fix the vehicle. What do you even call this thing? The monster truck that she drives. Speaking of which, I noticed the details here. It says battle mode on top, as if it needed to broadcast to the world just to differentiate. Hey, we in battle mode right now, so look out. Also, do you see this crate off to the side here? Look at this crate. It triggers me so much they didn't pick up what's in this crate. Oh my God, I want to know what's in the crate. So when they get to this next game mode, there's actually a ton to figure out here. It looks like there's some currency, I don't even know what this is, in the upper right. Then there's ammo, and then some other thing that you can get more of. And then there are a bunch of different characters on the right-hand side. Is this other players that you're playing with, perhaps? I do notice that there's a chat function in the bottom left here, so it could be that this is where you interact with other players, because, like, I mean, maybe the NPCs are chatting with you, or that's where you're actually chatting with other players. And then presumably this is your name in the upper left, and maybe some indication of your power up over here and your level. And I don't know if these bars on the side are indicators of anything significant, but okay, cool so far. Now, this part was kind of interesting. They flashed a ton of stuff up on the screen, like just in quick succession. Like this dude who looks like he's, I call him the next dimension. So this is presumably one of the characters you can use, but he looks like a robot. And then the next one, the driver. What does that say? You woke the hell, double the danger. The leading actress, Eileen. Yeah, that's the driver. Okay. And then this said game over. So this must be another character that you can use here. And then the rock shooter metalhead, Antonio. Here's Antonio. The zombie, your next door neighbor that got infected. GG. Rip your neighbors. And then we're back to the shooting over here. And this in and of itself looks like it could be a pretty cool game mode where presumably either those are other players controlling those little units, or those are other players themselves, or you're controlling them. I'm not entirely sure. It says switching to vehicle on the screen. So maybe you were on the ground and then you switch to be in the vehicle to control it. Oh, and speaking of which, like this switching to vehicle. No. I think that thing is like a transformer, man, and it switched to vehicle mode. I think that's what happened. Dude, there is a lot going on here. And then at the very end, they dropped so much stuff all at once. Let's just flash through this real quick. They gave a bunch of different environments. So they showed this snowscape. Then they showed this rundown town, which, I mean, honestly, these environments look amazing. The desert environment, which looks pretty cool. We saw some of that fighting already with this particular vehicle. I imagine there's a ton of these vehicles. Maybe you collect and customize them. You build them, you craft, you collect materials for them. And then this, I'm not even entirely sure what I'm looking at here. These look like two more of those like giant vehicles. Do you build those, control those, craft those, harvest with those? And then, hello, this character, it says Tekken Warrior in the bottom left. Notice the details here. And she's got some sweet arms attached to her back. And of course, she also still has some hands here. Okay, but here is a cowboy character in the snow environment. And then Mecha number 5, post-apocalyptic Tekken Warrior. And we have not one, but if I scroll like frame by frame here, a second one, which looks pretty sweet. There's a lot of friggin' missiles on that thing. And then a patroller. So there's obviously like zombie killer, it says on the wheel, the details. There's obviously like a lot of different vehicles that you're going to craft or interact with, or wait a minute. What was that dude? The Leap Trooper. The fact that there's even like a Leap Trooper as they describe like this, either that's a sort of wing set that you can get for your character, or perhaps you're controlling a bunch of units that do that. Either way, man, there's a lot going on in this game and it looks super cool. And the promise here, fight, survive, and craft sounds cool. This game definitely has my attention and I'm very eager to see where it goes. Leave a comment down below with your thoughts. What do you think of this game? What do you think it's going to be like? I have definitely played my fair share of survival games. I'm into that. And if this is a survival game, presumably it's going to be on a mobile device. Could be pretty fun to get into if you can kind of play it anywhere. Most of the survival games I've played have all been on PC, which is like cool, except you're kind of stuck to only playing when you're in front of your computer. If you enjoyed the video, throw a like on here and consider subscribing. And let me know, again, down below in the comments, what do you think of this game? And are you interested in seeing more of this Ark of Survival? Welcome to the Wasteland.